Good evening, everyone. If everyone could find their seat, that would be great. Hello, how is everyone today? Welcome to our first evening concert here at CA. If you don't know me, my name is Nate Kerkhoven. I'm from Holland, and I will be your MC this evening. Okay. Hey, before we start with our first artist, because we've got like 11 artists tonight, I have an announcement. If you need a French or German translation, Elvira is at the back. And she's waving right now. So if you need German or French translation, you can go to the back, and they have headphones for you. Okay? Yes. Okay. Let's go to our first act of this evening, and his name is Thorsten Harder. Yes. For those of you who don't know him, he's a German cellist and composer. He is known for his improvisations and a mixture of styles. He has played concerts throughout Europe and in large-scale collaborative productions. His music has references to blues and rock traditions. And for his performance tonight, the lyrics are very important. And the lyrics are as following. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it present. Let's give it up for Thorsten Harder.
That's why we call it present.
Thank you, Corentin, Jan Willem, Anna, Paul, Tobias, and Aaron. That was it.
Okay, before our next artist, Elaine has some announcements.
Okay. Let's do with the program. For the participants, very important for the participants. In your envelope is a form, and you can write on that your choice of workshops. I know that many has not made any choice yet, but to program now finally all the workshops and classes, the reception really needs to know. So they want to have that form from you before 12 o'clock tomorrow morning. So in your envelope was a form about choice of workshops. You write on that form your choice, and please hand it over to the reception. Then about talent evaluation, it's still possible to join that. And you have to let the CA reception know if you want to be part of talent evaluations. If you have signed up already, don't go for the second time, you know, because they know already. So for new choices, then you let them know. And then you all got a badge, and please wear your badge. It's part as well of a safety protocol, because this is an open center, and well, it's part of our troubled society today. So if you don't want to be removed from the site, then please wear your badge. Yeah, and it's really important that the right people are here and there are not people that should not be here. So wear, please, your badge. Natal said already about translation. Every plenary meeting, so about lectures and the evening concerts, we have translations in French and into German. And at the back there are headsets. So do your headset with a headset. Yeah, you get me. So it's important that if you have difficulty with English, that we help you out. And then for the artist and everybody who's teaching classes, not everybody has been here before. So if this is the first time here, you're here as a teacher of workshops, it is worth that you do an orientation. Where are the various buildings? So this is a conference building, but we have the Poortgebouw. Can you say that as nice Dutch? Poortgebouw. Say. Oh, nice kids. Okay. But where is it? And then you have the castle. Yeah? And there are as well workshop rooms in the castle. So just walk around and just find the buildings. At the moment, if you are a teacher, you cannot get into the workshop rooms. Keys will first show up on Tuesday, because we start with workshop on Tuesday afternoon. And then, because of unforeseen situations, the workshop clowning and that of Arte Purenne has been moved from Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday morning. That's very important. So if you choose the class of Arte, that moved from Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday morning. So the class of Arte Purenne clowning. And then about tomorrow, wherever possible, try to be on time, because you are not on time. It gets later and later and later, and finally we don't sleep anymore. And I desperately need my sleep. You will understand that. So thank you. Natal, it's up to you.
Our next artist is from Germany. He's a full-time singer-songwriter, and he has released numerous CDs and won multiple prizes and awards. He observes life with all its ups and downs and pitfalls and reflects this in his songs. He is often referred to by the press as a word acrobat and a master of soft tones. And since 2013, he has also been the host of his own TV program called Thank God. Okay. I don't think they're quite ready yet. Okay, so I've prepared for moments like these. I've got a couple of fragments for you guys, and I'm just going to ask you a question about it. It has to do with music, but I have to get my mobile phone out, so just 1 second. Sounds a bit... Yeah, okay. So last year I was the MC as well, and I noticed that they needed some more time. So I thought, okay, maybe I could ask the audience some questions. And I thought, okay, what can I ask questions about? I thought, okay, musical questions. So I'm going to play you a song, just a fragment, and raise your hand if you know the artist, okay? And the song title. Okay. Hope you can hear it properly. Okay. Anyone?
There's a light, a certain kind of light.
Bee Gees.
Very, very good. The Bee Gees. Do you know the song title?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's To Love Somebody. Very good. When I heard this song for the first time, I didn't know who it was because they don't use their falsetto voice, I think it's called. Just the normal voices. Okay, very good. Okay, the next question, or are we ready yet? No, not yet. What did I have in mind? Okay, so I'm going to play you a song. You need to name the composer, okay? Okay, okay. I think all the way in the back. Sorry, next time.
Well, the song is by the Bangles and it's called Manic Monday.
Yes, that's true, but the Bangles are not the composers of the song. That's why, of course, I was like, I'm going to spice it up a bit. Anyone? The song is obviously called Manic Monday by the Bangles. Prince! You're very good, yes! It doesn't sound like a Prince song at all, but yeah, it's Prince. Okay. Okay, next one. You probably know this song. So the question is not the artist, but in which year did this song reach #1? Okay, so we all know this song, but what year did it reach #1? One hint, it was before I was born. Yay! I'm young, yay!
82?
It's not 82. Someone there? Another guess? Wow, no, I was definitely born before 1988, yes. Anyone? Oh, I thought I heard someone.
I think it's 80.
Yes, very good, 1980. Very, very good. Okay, are we ready? Yes, we're ready. Okay, let's give a very warm welcome to Klaus Andrejakov.
back in Holland, talking English, singing German. It's weird.
That's Euro.
That's Euro, yeah. Ich hab genug um die Ohren. Ich hab genug, wirklich genug zu tun. Ich hab genug Kraft schon verloren. Stürmische Zeiten, heilloser Taifun. Aber von dir witzig und weise, schön und klug, kriege ich nie und hab ich nie, kriege und hab ich nie genug. Ich hab genug schon getobt. Ich hab genug, wirklich genug schon getan. Ich hab genug geschimpft statt gelobt. Mannshohe Wellen, haltloser Orkan. Aber von dir witzig und weise, schön und klug, kriege ich nie und hab ich nie, kriege und hab ich nie genug. Ich hab genug schon verpasst. Ich hab genug, wirklich genug Zeit verschenkt. Ich hab genug von der Eile, der Hast, dem Tornado, der mir meine Weite verengt. Aber von dir witzig und weise, schön und klug, kriege ich nie und hab ich nie, kriege und hab ich nie genug, kriege ich nie und hab ich nie, kriege und hab ich nie genug, kriege und hab ich nie genug. Was a song from my last album. It was a CD about Martin Luther. And as you might know, the Reformation had not only impact on the church 500 years ago, it was also a revolution in many ways. Martin Luther's translation, for example, of the New Testament of the Bible into German language also meant, people, now you have it in your own language, now you read it by yourself and make your own decisions and make up your own opinions. And thinking about things by yourself now really was something 500 years ago. And until today, it's so comfortable to let others think and talk about our world, our life, about faith, also about religion. And it's still so important to think ourselves, selber denken. Es war alles so gut vorgekaut, sozusagen fast schon vorverdaut. Und es war so gemütlich auf der faulen Haut. Es war alles so schön festgelegt, all die Fragen einfach weggefegt. Und es ist so gemütlich, solange keiner den Ast ansägt. Muss es wirklich sein? Kann man sich's nicht schenken? Muss ich wirklich selber denken? Blöde Frage, klar, ich sehe es ein, die Antwort lautet: wenn schon all die Köpfe rauchen, wozu die Kraft verbrauchen, wozu die Krallen zeigen, dann lieber schnurren und nicht fauchen. Ausgesprochen kluge Leute sprechen sich aus und führen bis heute ungestraft unsere Geschicke und teilen sich geschickt die Beute. Muss es wirklich sein? Kann man sich's nicht schenken? Muss ich wirklich selber denken? Blöde Frage, klar, ich sehe es ein, die Antwort lautet: viele haben vorgedacht, ganz sicher vieles gut gemacht. Doch Vorsicht vor dem einen, der sich heimlich ins Fäustchen lacht. Was ist gut und was ist schlecht? Was ist fair, was ungerecht? Es kostet Kraft und ist vielleicht ungemütlich, aber echt. Muss es wirklich sein? Kann man sich's nicht schenken? Muss ich wirklich selber denken? Blöde Frage, klar, ich sehe es ein, die Antwort lautet: muss es wirklich sein? Kann man sich's nicht schenken? Muss ich wirklich selber denken? Ich sehe es ein. Blöde Frage, klar, die Antwort lautet: es war so gemütlich. I wish sometimes it would be so easy that the Lord would throw down some brain to earth and help us with that, or at least let a miracle happen, or maybe just only a little sign Also in private life, I sometimes really are looking for those little and bigger signs, and of course, I often want the big miracles, and then I figure other people see these things happening in their lives, and I need a miracle in mine. So sometimes I wonder, why do the big miracles not happen in my life? Sie strahlen, wenn sie von dir berichten und erzählen, dass du heute noch sprichst, als wärst du da. Erfahrbar und nah, nicht nur Theorie, nicht nur Fantasie, von Wundern kaum zu glauben, vom Glauben kaum zu erklären, von unfassbaren Dingen. Sie loben und singen, weil du Türen öffnest und Wege aufzeigst. Ich erlebe dich anders. Du schweigst. Ich erlebe dich anders. Du schweigst. Schon quälen mich die hässlichen Lügen, als bohrende Fragen getarnt. Was hab ich verbrochen? Hast du je gesprochen mit mir? Was macht mich so verschlossen für dich? Hier all die Glaubenshelden und da eben Leute wie ich, sie ohne Fragen und ich lauter Klagen. Und du, der du dich ihnen so spürbar zeigst, ich erleb dich meist anders. Du schweigst. Ich erlebe dich anders. Du schweigst. Und ich such dich in allen Schritten auf meiner Reise. Und wenn ich deine Stimme erahne, ist sie mir zu leise. Und ich such dich. Ich such dich. Du wohnst in meinen Gedanken. Du wanderst mir manchmal ins Herz und von dort findest du hoffentlich ab und zu, wenn der Groschen auch leise fällt in meine Welt, hast du dich mir grad, denk ich leise, und es schmunzelt in mir nicht zu knapp in diesen Gedanken gezeigt. Und sagst mir, na wer schweigt denn hier? Ich erleb dich meist anders. Ich erlebe dich anders, manchmal ganz leise in mir. Thank you. Thorsten and Aaron, thank you very much.
Our next artist has been many things, or is many things. She's a model, an actress and public speaker, and today she's here as a storyteller, and she has been for over 20 years. And not only that, she has studied the Dutch language and graduated with honors and distinction. And as a theatre scholar, she specialized in difficult words, narratology and dramaturgy. She's also a freelance writer and has written several books. She's published a novel and a couple of non-fiction books about entrepreneurship. Let's give a very, very warm welcome to Alexandra Smit.
Good evening. I never wear a name badge when I'm performing, so I hope Lane doesn't kick me out. For a minute there, when the alarm went off, I was thinking, oh, I'm discovered, but here I am. So, on a serious note, the story I want to tell you today is the story about meeting the love of my life and finally becoming a mother. How I welcomed this little baby in my arms, feeling overwhelmed and blessed. Its eyes staring back at me with more wisdom than a newborn could hold. Feeling this unbreakable bond between us. Everything else unimportant. Its father right beside me, feeling the same. Everything perfect. Everything exactly the way I always hoped it would be. This bubble of love outshining everything else. It's true. Nothing can beat that magical moment. And no one can ever prepare you for it either. That instinct of finally making sense of it all. Being part of it all. Becoming a parent. I truly believe that becoming a mother and giving birth is one of the greatest things in life, the gift beyond gifts, even though it can be tough. Unfortunately, I cannot share that story with you today, for the simple fact that it didn't happen. At age 43, I'm not a mother. My biggest wish in life did not come true. I prayed for it, and it didn't happen. I underwent IVF 4 times with 2 different partners, and it didn't happen. I did acupuncture, and it didn't happen. I took extremely expensive supplements, and it didn't happen. I gained 3 kilos, and it didn't happen. It's true, I did. The past 6 years, I tried almost everything you can possibly imagine, and it didn't happen. And yes, I am sad about it. Because sadness is all that is left when the anger disappears. And God knows I was angry about it. And truth be told, it is sad. But it's also fair. Because you just cannot give everything you want in life. It's not the way life is supposed to be. You're supposed to deal with whatever comes your way. Be grateful for what you do have, rather than focus on the things that you don't have. And none of us is born with a contract that says that all your wishes will be granted. And that would make life kind of boring as well. I don't have to tell you that a lot of great art comes from people feeling extremely miserable. You probably know the Serenity Prayer, written by Reinhold Niebuhr. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I changed a lot over the past 20 years. Not so much in character, but in what I have become and who and what I have surrounded myself with. I grew up in the ghetto of Amsterdam, in a family that was barely surviving. My parents accepted a life they didn't have to settle for. But for a long time, they lacked the courage to change it. when you have two people bringing up the worst in each other, which is what my parents did, no one wins. They were so busy fighting each other, they never noticed the talents of their children, never asked us what we wanted to be later on in life when we grow up. Even so much as a hug or a friendly word of interest was not part of our daily routines, if I'm really honest about it. My father figured if I would just become a secretary, find a husband, and provide some grandchildren, that would be fine. It was unthinkable that I would go to university, and a lot of things were unthinkable if it didn't come from him. My father wanted to control our lives because he lacked the courage to control his. I did see his talents, and I saw my mom's talents, but I also saw that they didn't use them. And I wanted something different for myself. So instead of doing what my father wanted, I broke up with my cheating fiancé and I traveled to Australia for a year when I was 21, all by myself. And you can imagine that my father was not too happy about that. In that time, there was no internet and no mobile phones. So it was pretty quiet out there. I finally had some peace and time to think about my life, surrounded by poets and musicians and painters, and I felt better than I ever had before. I discovered who I was and what I longed for. Wrote a lot of lyrics for musicians, started acting and modeling, meditating, really exploring my talents for the first time. Me, a secretary, 5 days working in the office, serving someone else, living everything he or she planned? No way. And as for marriage, I was 21. I was not interested in getting married. So I decided to break with the picture my dad had of my life. And from now on, I would make my own decisions. My mom took up on that spirit and she divorced him. Eventually, this led to my father breaking with me. It also led to finally going to university and graduating with honors, and to starting my own business, and to becoming almost all of the things that I always wanted to become, which was, to name one thing, a writer. If someone would have told me 30 years ago that I would be running my own business, act in plays and films, write several books, speak at big events, and frequently fly abroad to coach managers of the European Commission with their stories, I would not have believed it at all. As a teenager, I saw so little hope that I was convinced that I would die young. I couldn't imagine myself growing old at all. Except for the part of not becoming a mother, I now live the life I always dreamed of. But I could never have done this without the help of others. No matter how hard anyone works or gets anywhere, you never get anywhere without the help of others. And I needed that because I really didn't have the support of my family. Nothing is really achieved without the help of others. It's true for me, as I'm sure it's true for every one of you. And that is sometimes easily forgotten when you say, I did this. You never do it alone. And I'm deeply grateful for whenever I set sail and took courage to do something important for myself. I always found the right people surrounding me and guiding me along the way. And that is how I came to believe that something bigger than me is taking care of me, having the best interest in mind for me, even if I had my share of obstacles, and even if I didn't get everything I wanted, or didn't have the best upbringing. There was something bigger, let's call it the work of God, that protected me and helped me move forward, always. Otherwise, I would not have been here. The story I wanted to tell you today is the story about meeting the love of my life and finally becoming a mother. I did not become a mother, but I did meet the love of my life a little over a year ago. And I did get to live my life full of passion, using all my talents to help other people and discover theirs. Looking back how my life turned out to be, it was not at all obvious. In fact, most people I grew up with had different outcomes. Some died, some ended up in jail, some got addicted to drugs. Most of them didn't end up with jobs they longed for. Some of us, including me, flew out their nests and had the courage to change things. And in doing so, find a lot of doors opening rather than closing. And that is something to be deeply grateful for. A wise person once said that you don't always get what you want in life, but rather what you need. If this is true, it will all make sense someday. But for now, I just have to have faith, be grateful. Rather than waiting for a miracle to happen, it's better to keep on moving and discover what's already there in the present. Thank you. Thank you.
Our next artist is a young talent from Germany. She's a creative singer, and music has always been a very important part of her life. And she has been taking vocal lessons since the age of 11 from Lizzie Yarnold. Woo! Oh, she's embarrassed now. You can be proud. Our next young artist often sings at church, weddings, and school concerts. Why don't we give a very warm welcome to Jolina Reibel?
Hello.
Take it to the next level, baby, do you dare? Don't be scared, 'cause if you can say the words, I don't know what I should care. 'Cause here I am, I'm giving all I can, but all you ever do is mess it up. Yeah, I'm right here, I'm trying to make it clear, getting half of you just ain't enough. I'm not gonna wait until you're done pretending you don't need anyone. I'm standing here naked, naked, naked. I'm standing here naked. I'm not gonna try till you decide you're ready to swallow all your pride. I'm standing here naked. I'm standing here naked. Hey, get out. I've got nothing left to give, and you give me nothing now. Read my mouth. If you ever want me back, then you won't need breaking down. 'Cause here I am, I'm giving all I can, but all you ever do is mess it up. Yeah, I'm right here, I'm trying to make it clear that getting half of you just ain't enough. I'm not gonna wait until you're done pretending pretending you don't need anyone. 'Cause I'm standing here naked. Standing here naked. Not gonna try till you decide you're ready to swallow all your pride. Standing here naked. Standing here naked. I'm standing here. Thank you. So the next song is one of my own songs, and I never thought that I would ever perform this for people, because it was for my first love, I guess, and yeah. So, but now I perform it, so I hope you like it, and yeah. You take me as I am. You accept my flaws because you are my man. You are my man. Every time I cried, you catch my teardrops and you try to pick me up, to pick me up. That's why I'm thankful for having you by my side. That's why I'm thankful for holding me all night. That's why I'm thankful for staying when I showed my worst. That's why I'm thankful that you always put me first. How you look at me, every word you say to me is lovely, is lovely. When you touch my skin or take my hand and pull me close, that's marvelous. That's marvelous. That's why I'm thankful for having you by my side. That's why I'm thankful for holding me all night. That's why I'm thankful for staying when I showed my worst. That's why I'm thankful that you always put me first. Laying in your arms, looking into your blue eyes, listening to your voice makes me smile. Believing in our love, holding me on my hips, helping me through bad times, kissing your lips. That's why I'm thankful for having you by my side. That's why I'm thankful for holding me all night. That's why I'm thankful for staying when I showed my worst. That's why I'm thankful that you always put me first. Thank you so much.
So our next artist, we've already heard him speak this afternoon. It's Evert van der Pol. He was born in the Netherlands, where he studied piano and organ. And after studying theology in the UK, he worked in the Netherlands in the areas of pastoring, writing and translating. Since 1998, he and his wife Jana live in France, and they both are pastors with the French Baptist Federation. As such, they were involved in developing recently started churches, for instance, in Toulouse and Perpignan. Besides being a musician, he also serves as a professor of religious studies and missiology at the Evangelical Theological Faculty in Leuven, Belgium. And why don't we give a very warm welcome to Evert van der Pol.
This is all part of the performance. I have to get prepared. Well, I feel a bit the odd guy in the company, not only the old guy, but also the odd guy. I found out this afternoon that I had to play this evening. I had prepared for some programs in the muziekzaal, in the music room, in the castle. And Lane has told me by email that there was a Steinway grand piano. Well, of course, that is good news for any pianist. So I prepared a program for that. And now I discover this one. Now, any pianist or any organist has one nightmare. If you're playing an acoustic instrument, what kind of instrument will you find when you come there? Now, for organists, this is really a nightmare because you never know what you get. There is not one single organ the same. And for a pianist, it is always a question of waiting and seeing, well, what is the kind of instrument that you have to get some sound out? And for acoustic music, you only have to do with what you have. You haven't any other means. Now, some musicians have chosen an instrument that you can carry with you, but I've chosen the two biggest instruments that exist, the piano and the church organ. So what can you do? I understand that Rachmaninoff, a famous pianist, got so fed up with this frustration that he decided to buy his own piano and take it everywhere when he went. So he traveled around with some movers to take his piano with him. I haven't got a fundraiser for that, but so I will have to take it with this. And so I had to adapt, and I've chosen a few pieces I think that will do well on this piano. And the first ones are from Scarlatti. It's the same period as Handel, of whom we have heard some music. I'm not going to explain it. This is Baroque music, which is not meant to be explained. It is just rhythm, movement, harmony, melody, and whatever you think, it's all right. It has no titles. It is just music for the joy of music. And last but not least, something completely different from a Catalan composer, Frédéric Mompou, who wrote in the 1950s, the 1960s, and who is called an impressionist. He keeps a language which is comprehensive for any listener, and he just lets his thoughts go in certain places, and this piece is called The Lake. He sits by the lake and lets his thoughts wander when he sees birds flying the water. El Lago.
Next up is another young talent. She's from the Netherlands. She's a 19-year-old singer-songwriter, and she has been making music since she was 15 years old. Right now, she's having a gap year, but she really would like to study something creative, but isn't quite sure what it will be yet. Her name is Emily Hansen. Yes, let's give it up.
I just want to give a little disclaimer. I'm a self-taught guitarist, and I've been attempting to play it for some years. So here's my best attempt. First off, I'm going to sing a song called Caterpillar. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's this tiny butterfly flying over the stage. And I think it's a sign that my caterpillar has evolved to a butterfly. So here it is. Like a caterpillar in its cocoon, closed off, captured with her thoughts on the inside. Sooner or later, she will pop out and leave all her worries behind. If only you could catch a glimpse, if only you could see her spread her wings, then only you are the one who's allowed to get under her skin, and you'll see what's within. And only then, maybe there's a chance that you take all you want in life and throw it all away. The wind will guide you home tonight. The wind will guide you home. You talk about how great you are, trying to vanish disbelief. Oh, you want it all, but she's not yours to keep, no. Open the box to find a little ballerina inside. And if you're lucky enough, she'll take your hand and dive into paradise. Dance around all night. Ooh, she'll be your guide. If only you will never go. If only you will always know to say the words on your mind and speak them to her soul. And only then, maybe there's a chance. But you take all you want in life and throw it all away. The wind will guide her home tonight. The wind will guide her home. You talk about how great you are, trying to vanish disbelief. Oh, you want it all, but she's not yours to keep. If you stop being so stupid, you would realize that this girl, this is it. And now all that's left is emptiness, cause you took it all, you. Oh, you took it all, you. Oh, you took it all, you took it all, you took it all, you. Take all you want in life and throw it all away. Oh, the wind will guide us home tonight. The wind will guide us home. You talk about how great you are, trying to vanish disbelief. Oh, you want it all, but she's not yours to keep, no. Thank you very much. The next song I'm gonna play is called Take Care. I wrote it when I was in the kitchen. I didn't think I was making dinner or doing really anything except for writing this song, but I don't know why it was in the kitchen. The reason I don't see sunshine anymore is 'cause I won't wake up, and so sleeps the sun. Oh, the clouds, they felt sad, they dropped into the grass. I messed everything up, everything's a mess. Only the moon whispers to me late at night, trying to convince me, got me hypnotized, yeah, wrapped up in your lies. Oh, but I can't be fooled anymore. I've been spending more time with myself, and I've been taking good care of myself. You will see that I'll overcome this hell. It's just starting out for me. I rolled the dice, I took a chance, not once, not even twice. And oh yeah, that's right, I got screwed over every time. Now I don't wanna play your silly games. I make my own rules, do it my way. I can't be fooled anymore, 'cause I've been spending more time with myself, and I've been taking good care of myself. And you will see that I'll overcome this hell. It's just starting out to be something bigger, something better than this. Oh, something better. No, no, no pressure. I've been spending more time with myself, yeah, taking good care of myself. Oh, and you'll see that I'll overcome this hell. It's just starting out for me, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you might have noticed that it's getting a bit warmer. That's because the AC is having a bit of a problem. It's because of the fire alarm, and I've been told that it wasn't because of the smoke inside this room, but there was something going on the second floor, but they weren't sure what it is. They were looking into it, so thank goodness it wasn't from here. Next up is another young talent, and this time in the visual arts. Her name is Dorothea Kozaki, if I pronounce it correctly. Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. She's from Hungary. She's 18 years old, and she lives in Budapest. Painting has always been her whole life, and she started painting at the age of 2. So that's really young. Right now, she's studying fashion and leather designs. And she just got in a very good university, one of the best Hungarian design universities. But her biggest wish is actually to be admitted to a UK university, so she can start her own brand later on. So yeah, I think that's about it. Are we ready, or do we need a couple of more minutes? Okay, good. Let's give a really warm welcome to Dorothea Kozaki.
Thank you. So, hello, I'm Dorothea. First of all, I'm real nervous after seeing these performances tonight. But first things first, I need to say that I'm really thankful to you, Lynn, and for your whole team that you organized me once again this trip. So thank you, everybody. For today, I made a short PowerPoint presentation of my latest works and a couple of words about me. I'm a Transylvanian-born girl, but my mother language is Hungarian. Now I live in Budapest, Hungary. This year, a couple of months ago, I finished high school with the very best grades of my final exam, thanks God. I got admission to MOMI, a university of art and craft in Budapest. So now I'm flying above the clouds. At school, my faculty was fashion and leather designs. So here are some of my drawings and paintings made this year. I'm going to start with these studies of antique sculptures. The first is made with charcoal, then the other two are painted with gouache. Here we had to define the most important shapes of the well-known sculptures, observing the material's coldness, iciness, with the contrast of the shadows. Then we started to draw portraits with pencils. Here we had to emphasize on the skin's beautiness, and we had to catch the characters in order to catch their souls. And then here are some portraits with charcoal. I really enjoy this technique because you can play easily with this tool. It's so playful to build up different layers and structures with it. And here are the paintings. Here the most important things were the colors and the affair of them. I love to paint the human skin when it's beautifully lightened. I love how the skin transforms, get tired, get old, but in the same time, it gets more beautiful. And here are some more studies with background. Here the most important was the game between the positive and negative forms, and how the person's shape gets faded or marked out in the background. And here are some complete studies of human bodies, the sitting nudes. We had to take care of, to perfectly recreate the shape, the movement, and the mimicry of the models. We can see the lightnings and shadows of fairs. I really love to look into the muscles, skins, and bone structures. And here is my faculty, the Burgundy shoes. 1 year ago, I made these 3 shoes inspired by Burgundians. My idea was to create a modern look with Burgundian roots that can be worn in our days, and they are comfortable too. These shoes are completely made by me on the wooden platforms. And I also made an editorial photo shoot to express these feelings, and there are some mood pictures. And my latest works are inspired by a Hungarian shoe exhibition. They were shoes from all around the world, and I was thinking of making a collection that reflects the oldness and the future, the East and the West. And so that I created a suit that it can be your grandmother's suit, but with a little bit of a modern twist. here are my works. I made a coat which can be transformed with a zipper into a short jacket, a skirt, trousers, leather shoes, and a belt bag. And here are some pages from my sketchbook. This year I had for like 2 or 3 sketchbooks filled with these fashion sketches, patterns, mood boards, and things like this. I really love to sketch some shapes, ideas which come in my mind. I draw them for maximum 10 minutes. These are mostly made with ink and colored with aquarelle gouache. And the last one, I really love to work with leather because it's such a noble material, and here are some gifts made by me for my loved ones. So thank you for watching.
Our next artist is a singer-songwriter from Holland, but her motherland is Suriname, so she has different roots. But she's from Holland. At the age of 18, she discovered her voice, and she started as a singer-songwriter and backing vocalist in a reggae band. But after 6 years, she left that band and started her own band. And also started working as a freelance backing vocalist for upcoming artists. Since 2011, she has been singing at a church as well. But in December 2016, she decided that she wanted her motherland, Suriname, to know who she is. She released a single called, if I pronounce it correctly, Yuna Milobi, which means "You are the love of my life." Okay, so give a very warm welcome to Simone Panza.
So, good evening, everybody. How is it till now? Okay, I make myself a very note because my English is not that good. But first of all, I want to say I have a flu, a cold, that green stuff in your nose, so my voice is not how it should be. I'm playing the guitar for like 4 to 5 months, and I insist to guide myself for this evening. So I hope I'm playing it well. Well, 3 years ago, I was dealing with a very difficult situation, and I found it very difficult to tell everybody how I felt, but I found my way through it, and I knew that the Lord had other plans for me. He was sending me a message by people whom I didn't know. I went to church and found relief, and this song for me is the best song ever to express myself. I just found it out like 6 months ago, but I'm glad he's in my life, and I couldn't live without him. So, you know, for every story in your life, you find a song that describes how you feel, and this is it for me. So I want to say thank you, because I was lost and you found me. So many times you reach out to me, but I turned my back 'cause I didn't think you had what I need. Now you're everything. You're everything to me. And I can't be without you, God. You're everything. And I wanna say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I wanna say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. You stood with open arms, but I ran away, 'cause I was scared of the pain that came with trust. Oh, but I came running back to your embrace, 'cause I knew you'd still be there. You never leave me, God. I wanna say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I wanna say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. I don't deserve you, God. I don't deserve you, God. But you keep on loving me anyway. But you keep on loving me anyway. If you know this song, sing along this last piece. I wanna say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I wanna say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. I wanna say thank you. Where? Here's my note again. My next song is a Dutch song that says that every day you have new opportunities and new chances. The only way for you is to catch it with both hands. It's all up to you. And I really would like you to sing along with me with the chorus. So how many of you are Dutch? Oh, so you can help your neighbor out, okay? Okay. It goes like, when I say, hold on. La 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 la. And you guys say, nieuwe dag, nieuwe kansen. Can you say it? Nieuwe dag, nieuwe kansen. Nieuwe dag, nieuwe kansen. All right, let's start it. Neem eens de tijd en ontdek wie je bent, wie je wil zijn. Je moet niet denken, maar doen. Out of the box is belangrijk. Rijk uit naar het zondieper. Kijk heel goed om je heen. Zo zie je heel veel dingen. Zolang je maar niet opgeeft. La 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 la. Nieuwe dag. La 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 la. la 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 la. La 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 la. Soms zit het even niet mee. Je bent nog zoekend en terecht. Dit hoort nou eenmaal bij het leven. Niemand zegt het moet perfect. Dan heb je net die ene dag die je doet stralen met een mooie lach. Want zo mooi kan het leven zijn. Ik zou zeggen, grijp je kans. La 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 la. 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 Rijk uit naar het ondiepe. Kijk heel goed om je heen. Zo zie je heel veel dingen. Zolang je maar niet opgeeft. Zolang je maar niet opgeeft. Last time, yo. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you all. It was great.
Okay, oh yeah. Ria is going to tell us something, and then Judith is going to speak on behalf of Lane. So let's give it up for Ria. Yes.
Hello, everybody. It's always great to see you at this seminar. Several of you we have seen for many years. But it's great to see that there are so many new artists and participants and new young talents also this year. I hope you had a good year. I hope you enjoy the things you do. It's so important and healthy for your daily life. The seminar Christian Artist we organize now for the 37th time. When we started, I was 35, and now I'm 72. It's really a long journey with ups and downs. But there was never a year that we said to each other, this was not a good seminar. Every time it was a great adventure. The artists, the participants, the speakers, the staff, we met and saw beautiful people. We heard beautiful songs and saw beautiful performance. We saw beautiful paintings and pictures, good speakers, good translators, good sound people. But we were always thankful for the staff we had and still have. They are doing this volunteer. They are doing this volunteer work for so many years. But you, participants, we can't do this without you. You are the people who give us courage, joy, love, and faith. Thank you that you are here. We hope and pray that you really have a good time. Make new friends, make new songs, new paintings, new dances. I hope these days are a great encouragement and that you feel the love for each other. There's no competition here. Everybody has the same value. Enjoy, feel at home, and I hope have a great time.
I've just given Lane back his sheet of notes, his sheet of bullet points, so he can make sure I've ticked off every item. I just wonder how everybody's feeling tonight. I don't mean you as a corporate bunch of people. I just mean you as an individual. And you may have come for many, many years. This may be a place where you feel very familiar, but you just might be somebody who, even if you've been before, has arrived at this stage at the end of this first evening feeling nervous, a bit worried, a little bit anxious. It takes courage to come to a seminar like this. You think, what if I'm not good enough? What if nobody understands my art? What if I can't understand the teaching? What if I don't like the teaching? When me personally, arrive at CA every year, I feel that I've come back to a family. It's like coming home. And I can tell you there have been many years of feeling like that. And this vision of being one big family of artists across Europe was entrusted to Ria and Lane, as Ria has already said, 37 years ago. And they had a vision for a place of safety for artists, where there is no competition, but always a spirit of cooperation. And this means that this week, you and I can engage in dialogue and discussion, always ready to listen to one another, to hear one another's stories, and of course, always ready to open our minds to each other's art. CA brings together all shapes and sizes, all ages, all disciplines, all different types of spirituality. And I know that Ria and Lane have a vision for passing this legacy on to the next generation. And haven't we seen that this evening? Some amazing performances from young people. And it's been Ria and Lane's spirit of servanthood that's been a beacon for many of us through the years. And each one of us, you and me, can serve others this week, encouraging each other so that every single one of us here comes to the end of the week with renewed energy and enthusiasm. And you know what I think is so amazing is that we've all come at all, because it takes lots of courage to admit that we want to be changed or renewed. We're here to grow, to develop, to learn, to face our demons, to be prepared to overcome everything that is holding us back. You and I have come this week to find inspiration, to find new ways of understanding the world in which we live, and new ways of understanding ourselves. It's actually really exciting, isn't it? To think that when you and I reach Thursday morning, something about us will have been renewed. Now, every day you'll find on the top of your program here, there's a verse that's been given us to think about during the day that Lane has put these verses together. And I'm just going to read from the beginning of Romans 12 for tonight. Therefore, I urge you, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So I want to challenge you tonight. Offer yourselves this week. Offer everything, body, mind, and spirit. You just have to be ready and open. This week, let the Spirit change us. Open ourselves to the Spirit so that we can be what you and I are meant to be. And remember that God is faithful, and through his mercy and his grace, we are continually being renewed. And the effort and the power to change doesn't come from us. It comes from the Holy Spirit working in us. Even our minds are changed so that our thoughts are not concerned with things of the world, power, prestige, and fame, but concerned with things of the kingdom. Everything about our lives can be changed and renewed if we offer ourselves, even our art. Let's allow ourselves this week to be vulnerable enough to let the Spirit change us and open enough to listen to others. Then our art will develop and we will learn new things and new ways. We will create and build and mature and progress, make new paths and form new images, and sing new music. We will become all that we're meant to be as artists. Let us pray. Lord, I pray for your blessing on this week, that we all might be renewed in our minds as well as in our bodies, renewed and refreshed, so that we can go out into the world, ready to create beauty and to bring your kingdom onto this earth. Amen. Can I just finish by asking anybody who would like to bring a musical instrument to the chapel in the morning? I would be very pleased to see you. Everybody's welcome at 7:30, and I have the music if anybody would like to come and play some of our songs. Thank you.
Okay, I've been told they need a little more time, so I've got some other music questions for you guys. Let's see if anyone can recognize this song. It's the most watched video on YouTube. I'm not going to play it any longer. Did you recognize it? Yes, which song? What is it called? Yes, Despacito. Okay, very good. I think I've asked this last year. Okay, okay. Now I'm going to play another song. Let's see if you can recognize it. I'm going to fast forward just a bit. Okay. Do you recognize the classical opera? Okay, just maybe a bit more. Yes. What is it called?
It's not the name. Rhapsody.
I think it's a Russian opera. Anyone? A Russian composer. No? Okay. It's actually Prince Igor by Alexander Borodin. Okay. Let's move on to the next song. The next song is from the opera Carmen, but who is the artist?
L'amour est comme l'oiseau de Twitter, on est bleu de lui.
Yes, who? Yes, it's actually pronounced Stro. Yeah, yes, called Stro. I always think from a Maestro. Very good. Okay, I'm just gonna one more song. Yes, let's listen. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a song by Nena. If I pronounce it correctly, Irgendwie, Irgendwo, Irgendwann. And in 2002, she sang this song together with another female singer, but what is her name? Very good. Okay, that was an easy one. Too easy. Okay, are you guys ready? Yes, they are ready. Okay, but I need to introduce you first. Yes. Okay, we can see Jan Willem. Oh, he needs no introduction, but in case you don't know him, he's a pianist from the Netherlands, and he studied jazz piano at the Royal Conservatory of The Hague. He has released several albums, one solo album and one album with the Jan Willem van Delft trio, and they're also here tonight. Mark Dekkers on bass. And Jeroen Vrolijk on drums. Last time they performed together was actually also here at CA in Doorn in 2010. And it's a full circle for them. And Jan Willem has told me that that particular CA has changed his life, literally. So good memories here in Doorn. And the quote, this quote from Bach is also Jan Willem's creed. This is the following quote. The final aim and reason of all music is nothing other than the glorification of God and the refreshment of the spirit. Let's give a very warm welcome to Jan Willem.
Dekkers on bass. Jeroen Vrolijk on drums. Thank you. Wow, it's good to be back. I hope you're still alive. It's a long night, but we won't play less. So then you know. To be fast, yeah, kind of the circle is around. How do you say it? Well, doesn't matter. In 2010, we played here actually for the first time, and the idea of making new music for trio started in 2006 at CA for me for the first time. So kind of that changed my life. There's another story, but I won't tell it tonight. And actually the funny thing is, in 2008 we recorded our first album. So for us it's a reunion. Yeah. So sorry we didn't bring a cake for 200 people, but we will give you some nice music. And this song is called Fuse, an original by Jeroen Vrolijk. And we have a feature on saxophone by Paul van der Veen.
Ik eerst, daarna jij.
Paul van der Veen. Yeah. Okay. We will see him back in I don't know how many minutes, but one of the songs of our first album is "What a Friend We Have in Jesus," and we want to try to do a kind of old-fashioned school stuff, swing. So swing is actually jing jang jing jang jing jang jing, but maybe a bit faster. I don't know how fast.